There really are no words for how important the Full Circle Grief Center has been for me.
Full Circle has been a blessing to our family in that it's given us a community.
I remember when I had my orientation with Maurice, and one thing that she said was that you'll always be a part of the Full Circle family even after you finish your services.
It helps me feel not alone when not feeling alone in a big world.
As far as I'm concerned, my time with Full Circle is invaluable.
The most valuable part of Full Circle to me is just having someone who is there when I need to talk, when I need to cry, to give me that safe space to do all of my emotions and to know that what I'm going through is completely normal.
So the most valuable part of my experience at Full Circle was having a time and place to focus on my grief without having to be fine for others. The stigma and shame around addiction.
We came to Full Circle because of our daughter Ellie, who lived for 3 days after she was born.
I think one of the things that really spoke to me, especially with the prenatal loss group, was just having that sense of community, sitting down with other moms and other dads that have lost a loved one, and at such a young age, and just realizing that you're not alone.
I think that one of the most powerful things for healing can be that we know that we're not alone in this process. And Full Circle Grief Center has done that for me. It has made me feel like I am not alone and there are other people feeling what I'm feeling. I lost my father to suicide of May of last year. And at the same time have been battling cancer as well. So I originally, when I lost my father, who was my best friend, just searched online for things that could be helpful and found the suicide support group. And from the second that I called, I was just met with so much warmth. And with the support group and the therapy, it's just been so important for me just to be able to feel my feelings and normalize those.
What I found most beneficial was facing this really hard thing with the help of others who could relate to my story, but also the perspective and wisdom they could give me on moving forward.
My name is Graham Haddock. I was referred to Full Circle from Ask Childhood Cancer Foundation, where I volunteer. I completed approximately 10 sessions after suddenly losing my partner of 14 years, Debbie. I knew early on that I needed the help, and my first session was about 4 weeks after she had passed.
Hi, my name is Lisa Hall. And in September of 2018, my mom was diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer, and she passed away June 1st. So when your loved one is suffering, it seems like forever, but our whole process was really only 8 months long. I think that it was very beneficial to meet others who could not only sympathize but empathize, even if they hadn't gone through exactly the same situation. But it also showed me that I probably needed a lot of intense work on my grief.
We came to Full Circle after we unexpectedly lost my 3-year-old daughter in September of 2019. And we needed somewhere to go for help. When Kate first died, the first thing that I needed to know was that I was going to be okay. And there's not really any place to turn for that when you lose a child so unexpectedly. So for me, the most helpful thing that Full Circle was able to do for me is to let me know that I wasn't alone, that there were other people who were going through similar things.
The death of our son Daniel in August of 2019 is what brought us to Full Circle.
Well, for me, participating in the Suicide Survivors support group was beneficial because it gave me the opportunity to interact with people who had a similar type of loss. We could identify with each other and what each other were experiencing and feeling, and that was very helpful to me.
It helps me to know that I'm not the only mother whose son or whose child has died as a result of suicide.
Through hands-on healing, I was able to meet people who were just like me. In fact, we met friends who had lost a daughter, a 2-year-old daughter, really close to the same time that Kate had passed away. And I was able to become friends with them, and we're able to help each other through this time. But also I was able to meet people who were further on their journey and who were able to tell me that it would be okay, that life doesn't end just because you lose someone that you love so much.
I was lucky enough to get paired with Britt as my counselor. Not only was she supportive and a fantastic listener, but she really was focused. Her goal was to empower me.
To be the only kid in the classroom who's experienced that can be kind of hard.
Mm-hmm. When I first went to Full Circle, I was very shy and not very talkative. I always wanted my mom to speak in group activities. I am very open to share my thoughts.
And so that's kind of really what Full Circle has been for us, is a community of an unpopular or unnecessarily unwanted journey in life, but a journey that I'm so grateful that they're here for.
I did weekly sessions with Karen, who helped me navigate and understand my feelings and the emotions that I was going through, to the point that I was able to recognize that I was able to wean myself away from those sessions.
So, just to tell you a little about my brother. He was an addict. He struggled with addiction for many years, and we knew we were at risk of losing him, but that didn't prepare me for the heartbreak. I thought I kind of would be able to navigate it if it happened, but the group really helped me with that.
Now, my grief is just my grief. It's not tied to my guilt anymore. It's not tied to my anger anymore. Britt really helped me with all of her techniques, and with her gentle guidance, she really helped me understand that I could disassociate all of those other things so I could continue to just mourn my loss. So thank you, because my experience has been invaluable. I am forever grateful that not only am I back to myself, but I have kind of a new self to embrace too.
Thank you so much. You are everything to me.
Full Circle has been such a godsend. My daughter was able to make friends with other people who have lost someone. That was something that she really had a hard time with when she returned to school after Kate had passed away, was people with their sisters, and just having people just not understand what she was feeling. And by coming to Full Circle and Hands on Healing especially, she was able to meet other children her age and make friends with them.
Unfortunately, there are some of us who have to experience this part of life, and you don't realize how critical this service is until you have to go through it.
I just love the organization. Unfortunate that I have to become a part of it, but so glad that they are here for people such as me and my family.